Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to create an empty data frame using PySpark. So first what I'm doing, I'm loading required functions here. So first I'm trying with one example. So like create empty data frame without schema, that means without columns. So for that what I'm doing, so I'm using spark.create data frame and inside I'm passing data as empty list and schema as empty list of struct type. So normally what we'll pass here is we'll pass list of tuples. So list of tuples will pass. So instead of that, I'm passing empty list. And if you come to schema, so normally we'll pass struct type and inside that we'll pass list. That list will be having struct fields. Suppose I have three columns, then we'll mention three struct fields here. So since I want to create empty schema and data frame, I'm mentioning here empty list. So here and here, I'm mentioning empty list. So if I try to generate this, see here data frame is created, but we don't have columns and we don't have schema and we don't have data. And if you try to expand this, see data frame is created, but we don't have schema here, like column names and relevant data types. So next what I'm doing, so creating empty data frame with schema. So here creating empty data frame without schema, that means both data and schema are empty. So here what I'm doing, here I'm keeping schema, I'm defining schema, but I'm keeping empty as data. See here I'm passing empty list. So that means my data is null here. And I'm passing only schema here. So schema, as usual, our regular method, I'm using a struct type and inside list, I'm passing struct fields. So I have these many columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 columns. That means total 7 struct fields I'm passing here. Then I'm calling here that schema. Now what will happen? See here, those columns are created here, but we don't have data. So because why we don't have data? So we are not passing here. So we passed empty list here. So that's why we don't have data here. So we just created only columns because of schema. So if you see first column, that is first name, that is string type. See here, first name string type and age is integer. See here, age is integer. And if you see experience integer and remaining all string type. If you see here, experience is integer, remaining all string type. And parallelly, you can check schema here also. See here column and data type, column and data type. So now I created empty data frame without data. And here next I'm going creating empty data frame with null placeholders. So that means I'm using schema here. I'm defining schema here by using struct type and I have 4 columns here. So those 4 columns I'm defining through struct field. And data I'm defining here all as nulls. That means my data has all null values. So total I have 4 columns here. So I'm defining 4 records here. So that means per row it has 4 values. So all are nulls. So if I pass these values here, first data I'm passing here, this data and this schema I'm passing here. If I try to create, so these are all my columns and those columns I have null values. So next what I'm doing, so my schema is same. I'm just altering the data. So instead of mentioning all nulls, so I'm keeping both combinations. So with values and nulls. And if you create this by using create data frame, see here, wherever I mentioned none, so those are all getting as nulls. Okay, so next we'll try how to union existing data frame to empty data frame. So before doing this, we had to keep in mind, so these two things. One is different schemas will throw an error. So that means here we have two data frames. One is existing data frame and one more is empty data frame. So these both data frames should have same schema, If one of the data frame has a different schema, then it will throw an error. So similar way, mismatched column names or types. Suppose I have some 5 columns in this data frame, and in this I have some 5 columns. So if column names are differing, so it is not matching. And at the same way, in name, so name difference is there, and parallelly type, data type mismatch, and order. So then it will throw error. So we have to keep in mind that column names and data types and order should be same. So first, I'm taking one example. So first, I'm passing one empty list here in place of data. And for schema, I'm taking schema of employee underscore df data frame. So employee underscore df data frame, we already created here. If you see here, so this one. So employee underscore df. So this data frame schema I'm taking. That means these all columns I'm taking here. So I paused here. So since my data is null, so it creates only columns and without data. So now I have empty data frame. Okay, so this is my empty data frame. Next, I'm creating one data frame. So for that, what I'm doing, so here I define my data, and here I'm using spark.create data frame, and this data I'm passing here, and this schema we already defined here, this schema. So same schema I'm taking, not this schema, this schema. So this same schema I'm passing here. So if I try to create this one with this data, so I'll get these 7 columns and it filling with this particular data. So now I have 2 data frames. So one is empty data frame. So this is my empty data frame, and one more is my existing data frame. This is my existing data frame. So now what I'm doing, I'm trying to do union here. So how I'm doing union? Empty underscore df. So I have first empty data frame. So in this, I don't have data. So this is my empty underscore data frame. So this data frame, I am doing union with this data frame. So in this data frame, I have data. So I am doing union. So what will happen? These both data frames should get match. So since this number of columns are equal, data types are equal, order is same, and names also same. So now, since everything is same, what will happen? Whatever data in this, it will merge to this empty data frame. So finally, what it gives is, whatever my this empty data frame, it will fill with my existing data frame. Okay, so this is union. So what we'll do normally, common mistake is, so we always need to pass schema whenever if we have data frame empty. So see here, empty data frame, no? So here what we passed, one is the data empty list, and we passed schema. So here it not throwing error. So if you pass, if you pass, if you try to create a data frame only with the data without defining schema. So if I run this one, so what will happen? It throwing error. So here I'm not passing schema. So I mentioned only empty list. In place of data, I passed empty list. So if you're not passing schema, so whenever you are defining empty list, so it will throw error. So mainly while doing union. So it's mentioning error here. So cannot infer schema from empty data set. Okay, so next what we'll do is using loop with empty data frame. So for creating empty data frame, what I'm doing, I'm passing empty list and I'm defining schema from df. So we already created one df data frame. So from there, I'm taking schema. So here what I'm doing, I'm iterating. So for I in range 3. So that means it will iterate 4 times. So 0, 1, 2, sorry, 3 times, 0, 1, 2. So here what it doing is df dot filter and df dot age is greater than I into 20. So that means first it will go for df dot age. So where we have df dot age, this one. So we have this column. So here what it doing, df dot age is greater than I into 20. So here I is what? So first I is 0. So 0 into 20, 0. So that means df dot age is greater than 0. So greater than 0 means, so total we have 9 rows. So we'll get all 9 rows because all 9 rows age value has greater than 0. So in first iteration, we are getting 9 values. So in second iteration, okay, first these 9 values, what it does is df dot loop. Df dot loop means we have created empty data frame. So these 9 records will match to this data frame. So that is df dot loop dot union filtered dot df. So whatever we are getting here, 9 records, it will match to this empty data frame in first iteration. In second iteration, 1 will come. I will be 1. So 1 into 20, 20. So that means df of age is greater than 20. So greater than 20, how many is there? These are all greater than 20. So that means 9, 6 out of 9 records are greater than 20. So initially we have 9, now we have 6 records. So now it becomes 15 records. And in second iteration, these six records, it will match to this one. So now this data frame, we have total 15 records. Next, it will come to third iteration, final iteration, 2. So I will become 2. 2 into 20, 40. So df of age is greater than 40. So greater than 40, how many are there? 3 are there. So these three will get matched to df of loop. Now total how many happen? First 9, second 6. So how many happen? 15 and third iteration 3. So total 18 records will get here. See here we'll get total 18 records. So this how you can iterate. So next, chaining multiple unions with empty data frame. So that means, so here for explaining this example, I'm creating 3 different data frames. So for easy understanding, so what I'm doing, I'm giving these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have total 4 columns: ID, name, age. So here what I'm doing, first I'm creating empty data frame with df1.schema. So that means df1.schema. So that means how many columns? These 4 columns. So by using these 4 columns, I am creating empty data frame. Next, what I'm doing, this final underscore df, that means this one, that is this empty data frame. I am doing union with df1. So first I am doing union with df1. So we have df1 with 5 records. Okay, so these 5 records will match to this empty data frame. And next, I am giving one more union continuously, union of df2. So that means whatever we have df2, these 5 records, again it will match to this data frame. So here we have already 5 records. So now 5 plus 5, 10 records will become. So next, again I'm doing one more union of df3 data frame. So these 5 records. So now totally 15 records will get here. See here, first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 15 records will get added here. So this will called chaining. So here I mentioned no chaining. So chaining multiple unions. So for empty data frame, I am doing union with multiple data sets. So this is how you can use empty data frame. That means creating data frame and different ways of adding data to empty data frame. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.